In the rarefied world of royalty, where tradition and diplomacy are paramount, a scandal of historic proportions has rocked the European monarchies. Queen Camilla, consort to King Charles III, suffered a public humiliation at the hands of Denmark's former monarch, Queen Margrethe II, during a grand state event in Copenhagen. The confrontation, witnessed by global leaders and royal families, was intensified by Margrethe's explicit declaration that she views Catherine, Princess of Wales, as the true embodiment of Britain's royal future, effectively dismissing Camilla's role as Queen Consort while professing unwavering respect for the rest of the British royal family. The drama unfolded at a resplendent gala in Copenhagen's Christiansborg Palace in early 2025, celebrating the 50th anniversary of Denmark's cultural exchange programme with European nations. The event was a spectacle of opulence, with crystal chandeliers casting light over gilded halls and tables adorned with Danish porcelain and delicacies. Attendees included monarchs, presidents and prime ministers, among them King Charles III and Queen Camilla, King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia of Spain, King Willem-Alexander and Queen Maxima of the Netherlands, and Norway's King Harald V and Queen Sonja. The gathering was a testament to unity, until Margrethe's actions turned it into a stage for royal reckoning. Queen Margrethe II, who abdicated in 2024 but retains her title and immense influence, hosted the evening. Renowned for her artistic talents and commanding presence, Margrethe is a beloved figure in Denmark and a respected elder among European royals. Her friendship with the late Queen Elizabeth II had long strengthened ties between the Danish and British crowns, making her public rebuke of Camilla all the more astonishing. The evening began with warmth and camaraderie. King Charles delivered a speech lauding Denmark's cultural contributions, and Camilla, radiant in a sapphire gown, engaged guests with her characteristic charm. But the atmosphere shifted during Margrethe's address. In a voice that silenced the hall, the former queen announced that Queen Camilla was respectfully excluded from future events under her patronage. The statement was laced with a pointed addendum. "My admiration for the British monarchy remains steadfast, particularly for His Majesty King Charles, the Prince of Wales, and the Princess of Wales, Catherine, whom I regard as the true embodiment of Britain's royal future. This decision reflects my personal principles and does not diminish my respect for the United Kingdom." The room froze. Camilla, seated beside Charles, maintained a composed facade, but the sting of the insult was palpable. To be publicly blacklisted by a fellow royal was unprecedented. To have Catherine elevated as the true queenly figure in her stead was a devastating blow. Dignitaries exchanged stunned glances, with the Spanish and Dutch royals visibly uneasy and minor nobles whispering eagerly. The declaration was a masterstroke of drama, cementing Margrethe's stance and igniting a firestorm of controversy. The roots of Margrethe's disdain for Camilla are multifaceted, blending personal conviction with royal tradition. Sources close to the Danish court suggest Margrethe, a traditionalist, has never accepted Camilla's role as queen consort, viewing her as complicit in the breakdown of Charles's marriage to Princess Diana. Margrethe revered Diana, a courtier confided. She saw her as the epitome of grace and duty. Camilla's ascension feels like a betrayal of that legacy. Margrethe's admiration for Catherine, however, is profound. The Princess of Wales, with her poise, dedication to charity, and ability to modernise the monarchy, is seen by Margrethe as Diana's spiritual successor and the ideal future queen. This sentiment was exacerbated by a personal slight. In 2023, during a private royal summit, Camilla reportedly made a playful comment about Margrethe's vibrant wardrobe, unaware it would reach the former queen's ears. Margrethe, who designs her own bold ensembles, took the remark as an affront to her artistic legacy. "It was meant as a jest," a British aide clarified, but Margrethe holds grudges tightly. Her decision to blacklist Camilla was meticulously planned, with Margrethe consulting her son, King Frederick X, and select advisers. Frederick urged caution, wary of diplomatic fallout, but Margrethe's conviction that Catherine alone represents Britain's royal ideal drove her to act. The repercussions were swift and seismic. King Charles, a master of diplomacy, remained stoic, but aides described him as livid in private. The British royal household issued a measured statement expressing disappointment and reaffirming commitment to UK-Denmark relations. Behind closed doors, however, the mood was one of betrayal. To humiliate Camilla and elevate Catherine in such a public way is a direct attack on the king's reign, a senior aide declared. Camilla withdrew from public view, cancelling engagements and retreating to Clarence House. Friends say she was heartbroken but resolute. Camilla has endured decades of scrutiny, a confidant shared. This was a low blow, especially with Catherine being singled out as the true queen. The incident sparked a media maelstrom dubbed the Copenhagen catastrophe by British tabloids, which rallied behind Camilla while Danish outlets were split, some lauding Margrethe's boldness and others lamenting the diplomatic strain. On X, hashtags like Queen Team Camilla and Catherine the Queen trended, alongside memes of Margrethe's theatrical delivery. European royals were drawn into the fray. King Felipe and Queen Letizia, close allies of Charles and Camilla, offered private support, while Sweden's King Carl XVI, Gustaf, stayed neutral, wary of entanglement. The Dutch and Norwegian royals issued vague calls for harmony, leaving their positions ambiguous. Catherine, caught in the spotlight, maintained her characteristic grace, focusing on her public duties and avoiding comment on the scandal. The incident threatened UK-Denmark relations, already navigating post-Brexit complexities. British officials minimised the fallout, emphasising shared history, but Danish diplomats were less sanguine. Margrethe's influence overshadows Frederick's court, a Copenhagen analyst observed. This has put Denmark in a delicate position. Prince William, the Prince of Wales, stepped in as a mediator, reportedly writing to Frederick to reaffirm respect for Denmark while urging reconciliation. Frederick responded warmly, inviting William and Catherine to Copenhagen, a move seen as an attempt to mend fences. Margrethe remained unapologetic. In a Danish arts magazine interview, she reiterated her stance. "My heart lies with the British monarchy, especially with Catherine, whose grace and vision honour the crown. My decision regarding Camilla is a matter of conscience." The statement, while diplomatic, was a clear refusal to back down, intensifying the feud. At 85, Margrethe's popularity in Denmark is unshaken. Her recent design for a royal Copenhagen mug, featuring hand-painted Nordic motifs, sold out in hours. The Copenhagen Gala, with its glittering facade shattered by Margrethe's audacious snub, has etched itself into the annals of royal history as a clash of conviction and crown. For Camilla, the public humiliation is a stark reminder of the precarious tightrope she walks as Queen Consort, a role she has embraced with resilience despite decades of scrutiny. Her steadfast loyalty to King Charles, Prince William, and even Catherine, whom she admires as a vital force in the monarchy's future, underscores her commitment to the institution, even as Margrethe's rejection burns. The ordeal has galvanised her resolve, with aides noting a renewed focus on her charitable work, particularly in literacy and domestic violence advocacy, as a means of reclaiming her narrative. For Margrethe, her brazen elevation of Catherine and ostracism of Camilla have sparked fierce debate about her legacy. Supporters laud her as a defender of royal ideals, a monarch unafraid to wield her influence to champion those she deems worthy, like Catherine, whose poise and philanthropy echo the virtues Margrethe holds dear. The rift exposes deeper tensions within the royal sphere, where tradition and modernity collide, and personal loyalties shape public actions. Catherine, unwittingly at the heart of the storm, emerges as a unifying figure, her quiet dignity a counterpoint to the drama. Her role as the future queen, now sanctified by Margrethe's endorsement, carries new weight, yet she navigates the spotlight with the same grace that has endeared her to millions. Reconciliation may yet emerge. Royal history is rich with mended fences, but the path forward is fraught. Margrethe's unyielding stance suggests little room for compromise, while Camilla's pride and the British monarchy's dignity demand a response. The world watches, from palace halls to social media feeds, as this drama unfolds, a testament to the enduring fascination with royalty. As a historian mused, "This is no fleeting spat, but a saga that will echo through courts and chronicles, a tale of queens, convictions, and the crowns that bind them."